And that's where I think Christian people rightly object. Obviously, none of us wants to live in a polluted world. We agree with having clean water, taking care of the environment, things like that. Taking care of animals. The Bible tells us that a righteous man cares for the life of an animal, but the wicked do not, etc. So we believe, certainly, in taking care of the environment in a reasonable, sober-minded manner, taking care of animals in a reasonable, sober-minded manner, and in accordance with the commandments of God in the Scripture. But when it becomes a political weapon, the overarching view of which is that the environment and the lives of animals are more important than the lives of human beings. Human beings become expendable. Man is the problem. Rather than God having created nature for man who is made in the image of God, it seems to work the other way around. If you can just get people out of the way, then nature can flourish, supposedly. But I believe, of course, having studied this on and off for years, that really what they're doing, this is an elitist view. And it's a totalitarian, dictatorial view in this regard. What they want to do is get rid of the undesirable people, the ones that they don't like, so they themselves can enjoy the earth as their personal Garden of Eden. In other words, they just want to get rid of all the useless people as they would see them, so that they can enjoy the mountains and the streams and all this other kind of stuff for themselves. And I think this is the reason why so often we see a lot of these environmentalists in modern times are very hypocritical. I remember years ago when Al Gore made his movie, The Inconvenient Truth, or An Inconvenient Truth, and then it was later revealed that Gore in his household uses about 25 times as much energy as the average citizen, that he is one of the worst offenders anywhere, apparently. And that this was exposed. And a lot of these celebrities, Hollywood people, when they get into environmentalism, they go to an environmental gathering somehow, and they go there in their private jet using far more fuel than the average citizen. They're violating all the boundaries that they are telling us everybody else should obey. Everybody else should change their behavior, but they themselves are not going to change their behavior. And I believe that's part of the elitist worldview of the environmental movement. And that's what makes it particularly offensive. But this was the view of the Nazis. The world is really for them. The world is for them, not necessarily for everybody else. And if you study Darwinism, of course, which feeds into environmentalism, and this is everything that Hitler meant when he's that quote there from Mein Kampf, where he's talking about exercising the laws of nature. It's kind of like mowing a lawn or taking care of a garden. Man has to go in and manipulate the principles of nature, pull up weeds, plant trees, this kind of thing. Man has to be interactive. And so Hitler saw his concentration camps and getting rid of the genetically inferior Jewish people, in his view, as well as gypsies and others who were deemed undesirable. This was the Nazis pruning the garden of humanity. That's what they saw themselves doing, getting rid of those aspects of humanity that were simply undesirable, that are corrupting the genetic pool of mankind. And so as a result, just like you would pull out diseased leaves from a tree, pull up weeds from a garden, etc., things that are not, contributing to the beautiful garden that you want to see, you would pluck them up and get rid of them. That is how Hitler saw what he was doing with mankind. And really what he's doing is playing God.